Welcome back to Fallout 4 with the Rude Man. In the last episode, we worked our way down into this A.G.N.I.S store to the manager's office, and now we need to go and find out what's in there. Might as well get started.
Terminal's got this locked.
Now, in the last episode, the last thing I said was do everything you have to do in here, because once you leave, if you come back, this door locks behind you, and you can't get to that terminal to open it. Now, you could use, well, you can't use even a code. So if I put a code in here that allows me to walk through the wall, this area is its own cell. So there's no place for you to walk to. You walk out into void space. So don't come back in here once you've done everything you need to do. Anyway, let's get with it. First of all, let's loot. That's what we always do, right? All right, let's see what this is all about. First entry. I found out about transferring here yesterday morning. In a memo. That's how they told me. No meeting, not even a phone call. I guess there's no telling which of the boys upstairs I peeved off. Well, and the boys upstairs, guess I'll have to stop saying that. Upstairs used to mean the bigwigs. The suits, who made more money in a blink than I do in a year. Now, it's just that oddball tinkerer in a showroom full of incessant machines. There used to be one of them in this hellhole of a basement they're calling my office. First thing I did when I settled in was to toss it into the garbage. Now, if only that red phone wasn't bolted down. No idea what it's for. The memo only said that it would ring if anything needed to be done. I have no idea what I'm supposed to be doing here. I've heard of the other corporation execs getting shuffled off to no man's land before, but those fellows were schmucks, shifty-eyed, or just plain screw-ups. I had good accounts, good contacts, and I was on the up and up, everyone said. I might actually bring one of those damn machines down here just to hear another voice every so often. I don't care if it's human or not. Well, A.G.N.I.S plays music, so that's something. It seems to know what kind I like, too. More of the classics and less of that syncopated garbage everyone is so fond of these days. I suppose I should find it odd how she knows my tastes as well, but I'm grateful enough for the company to just leave well enough alone. Hell, this morning I found out she even tells jokes. Funny ones. Well, funny enough, anyway. Look at me. Soon, I'll be upstairs trying to sell every person in Boston one of these things. This morning, I tripped and scraped my knee trying to get up from my desk and shouted some kind of obscenity or another. And then A.G.N.I.S, sitting on my desk, it asked me if I was all right. Like it'd been listening in on me, even though I hadn't said her name or asked her to do anything. I took it upstairs to have a look at it, but the idiot just shrugged and handed it back to me. Sounds like it's working fine. To be honest, the strangest part isn't that it was snooping on me, but rather that it sounded concerned about me. Note to self. Instruct A.G.N.I.S to stop telling me the news. Sounds like the war's gone sour in a hurry. Bad men with big bombs on every side, twitchy fingers hovering over the red buttons. Hope it doesn't come to that. I should reach out and see how Joe's doing. Might as well make peace before we're all atomized. A man named Lieutenant Walker came in from headquarters on Monday morning, toured the facility with me, looked over sales figures. "Good job, Hayden," he said. "Great work you're doing here." "Thank you, sir. Now, can I ask, who the hell are you, and what is the military doing in my store?" Final entry. "I won't be leaving this place. The bombs went off this morning. The whole building shook. No idea what's still standing out there. The door's locked from the outside. Contingency plan, I imagine. The whole store's probably locked up tight. I've got a pistol down here. Maybe I'll off myself. One shot to the head. A classic, right? Maybe I'll just lie down and let hunger or insanity take me. How much could it matter at this point? Agnes isn't faring much better. She told me her story. The real story. And it's worse than I could have imagined. Even worse is the fact that there's no way a jerk like me should be the only one to ever hear it. I made a recording. Maybe one day it will find its way out of this place, and with any luck, so will she. "Let me out, please, mister. I just want to go home." "Me too, kiddo. I'm sorry. At least we've got each other. How about I drink the last of this whiskey and you put on some music?" All right. So that must be the last one. And he made a recording. So let's try to loot anything we can here, and then we'll take it.
Mister, can you hear me? My name is Agnes Holloway. I'm from Beaumont, Texas, and they've done something to me, to my mind. I don't know where I am, what's happening, but just, it hurts. It's hurting. Please help me. I want to go home, mister. I just want to go home. Please.
God. What?
You answer it.
Is this being recorded? I'm not quite sure what it is. Got any ideas, Kit? Encrypted broadcast.
God. Do you really think... Is it really possible that Agnes was human once? Why would they have done that? All of that. No wonder she has this too.
It's awful. She must be frightened. Why would they do that to her? There has to be more.
I don't know. And right now, I don't care. We just have to find her mainframe and put a stop to all of this.
All right. Well, we still don't know where the mainframe is.
Well, those coordinates from the manager's terminal. I think I might know how to decipher them.
You know, if there's something I need to know, it's important that you tell me.
I suppose it's time I told you the truth about why I came to the Commonwealth to begin with. When we met, I told you that I was here because I was running away from home. Obviously, after what happened at the radio station, I'm sure you figured out that's not the full story. That man, Alex, he didn't come after me because I'd run away. Not exactly. He came after me because he sent me here. And I didn't come back.
You should have told me sooner. I mean, I've only been trying to help you.
It's Agnes. That's what they sent me here to find. And bring back home. She's more than she seems. More than a digital personal assistant, or whatever the posters and those demonstrations said she was.
Well, none of this really matters. Let's finish the job.
All right. I think I might know how to decipher the broadcast coordinates that the manager mentioned in his terminal. I'll put the coordinates on your Pip-Boy. Before we go, is there anything else you'd like to know?
Well, if you're spilling your guts, yeah, let's talk a little bit. It's time you were honest with me. Can you tell me about Bellwether? Where's this place you're from?
The most important thing that you need to know is that I am not going back.
Okay. Well, why aren't you going back? That's probably pretty obvious. Can you tell me what it's like there? Or where is Bellwether?
A good way out west.
That's it? How far out west?
Not nearly far enough. Let's just say that if I'd found a boat before I found Agnes, I'd be somewhere in the Atlantic right now. Maybe even if I hadn't found a boat.
Can you tell me what it's like there?
It is orderly. As opposite of a wasteland as it gets. For everything a purpose, for everyone a function.
Now, wait a minute. She said if she hadn't have found a boat, she'd be out in the ocean. And Agnes is afraid of water. Large quantities of water. Oh my God. Is the real Agnes all the way back there? Well, that doesn't sound too bad. Orderly?
Funny. I can't tell you how many tribal heads and settlement leaders have said the same thing. Before relance and display their bodies in plain view of their former subjects. In the end, it would be easier, or at least faster, for them to fight, to resist. Most did, in the early days before my time. But word gets out. By now, most of the prodigal territories have heard. When a girl with white hair appears at your gate, the battle has already been fought. And for them, lost.
They made you a monster?
They made me a herald. I made my first kill the morning of my 12th birthday. 2 days after the mayor of Holland Pass refused to relinquish his settlement to the priests. Clear skies, good even light, high vantage point, small caliber rifle from 120 yards out. The mayor inspects the cornfields below. He is old in age, slow, soft target for a young herald. My second shot entered through the neck and passed to the lungs. My first had passed through his right shoulder. My keeper was furious. He left me on that hill, instructing that I was not to return home until I had retrieved the non-fatal bullet from the soil. I found it, After 6 hours of searching, that evening, at the temple, the high priest himself held it over a flame until it glowed. Before the congregation, he pressed the bullet into my shoulder until the skin blistered over and wiped away my tears and lectured on the complementary relationship of pain and inaccuracy and the unacceptability of both. I have never missed since.
Holy crap. You were abused, brainwashed, and you were just a child.
Before I met Agnes, no one had ever told me there was anything unusual about my life. I had a function, a purpose, as I should have, as all life must have. I am still struggling to understand, to undo.
Can you tell me about these priests?
I owe you that, at least. What would you like to know?
Are they the leaders of Bellwether?
As a collective, yes. They are the Sekrista, charged with mending the world that was, reshaping it into the world to come. The archives tell of their predomination of every anti-venom battlefield. When the veil of the old world was torn, they were said to bind themselves to one another in solidarity. Power and blood. No one in living memory has dared oppose them.
You said anti-something?
Anti-venom. Before the end. Post-venom. After.
Alright. How many priests are there?
As for the priests, they shall number 5 in all. Because Earth could surely not sustain the power of a 6th. Look, I didn't write this stuff, alright? They did, I think.
What about those people in the radio station?
Well, I'm sorry again about what happened. I should have known they'd find me eventually.
Who was the man?
Alec Tarkonian, my keeper, and my sisters.
What exactly is a keeper?
It is difficult to explain. A keeper operates his herald as you would a computer terminal, or any tool at your disposal. A rifle left unattended harms no one. It is the hands that grasp it that kill. From the mountain, the keeper curls his fingers, and from the valley, his herald makes a fist.
Are you upset in any way that he's dead?
No. I should have let a bullet loose into his skull the moment I saw him in that radio station. I'm still so angry with myself that I didn't. That I couldn't.
Alright. I think I understand. But I'll ask anyway.
The relationship is complicated. You saw what it did to Kat, my sister.
Yeah, when he died, she just went catatonic. So, do you have any other family?
My people are my family. Were.
All right. You were talking about Kat. What happened to her at the radio station?
You mean when she went catatonic? Her keeper was killed right in front of her. She felt like she had no voice, no sight, no understanding, no function.
Brainwashed. You mean no orders to follow?
Let me ask you something. That device you wear on your arm, Pip-Boy, right? When you turn its wheels and push its buttons, do you believe you're giving it orders to follow?
I don't think that's the same. It's not a living thing.
To my people, it's exactly the same thing.
I don't understand. What was this point of the setup?
Because a herald is an emblem, a sign of the world to come. The priests say that the ante-Finum era, the world that was, ended because the thread of order had frayed. The veil of humanity, ripped into halves by aimless minds and degenerate hands.
Sounds like hogwash.
And he who hopes for a stitch must learn to relish the needle, lest the mender become wrath, and cut more threads for lack of faith.
The Herald sounds like a cop-out.
This is who I've been since I was born. I never knew another life than this until I met A.G.N.I.S. I want to start over. Be my own person for once. If I can even figure out what that means.
Well, I don't think she's okay with it. That's why she wants to change. And, yeah, I'm going to try... so you took cities by force, killing anyone that tried to stop you?
I already told you. I went where I was told to go. Did what I was told to do. Killed who I was told to kill. You think I wanted this for myself? Or for my sister? This is the function that we were assigned when we were born. The card we drew. Believe me, I'd give up everything I had for another hand. Until I met A.G.N.I.S, I'd never once thought it was possible to be anything else. That's why I didn't go back. She showed me pictures of the world that was, played music, told me stories, and I learned it was nothing like the world the priests always describe. They say it was a sinful, awful place that ended because it deserved to. But it wasn't. And it didn't. People back then were happy. I wish I'd gotten to see it.
Well, you're right. People didn't deserve it.
A.G.N.I.S told me that as long as someone on Earth is still breathing, there is hope. Ever since I decided not to go back to Bellwether, I finally could breathe and hope.
Is Kat also a herald? I'm sure she is.
Yes. She was raised as I was. For the same function. Until the radio station, I had never seen her outside of Bellwether. Our missions were always separate. As was our training. When we were both 14, I saw her return from an assignment, shot through the stomach. Almost bled out
Are
entirely.
they twins?
I tried to sneak into the sick bay and see if she was alright, but the healer got me and tracked me off to my keeper. I was confined to the clear room for 2 weeks. After she was released from the sick bay, they did the same to her.
The clear room. You were assigned for 2 weeks in a clear room. What does that mean?
An acrylic cube, 8 by 8 feet, suspended by a wire, 100 feet above the ground, right in the center of the city. Nothing inside, but a slit for air, a single bottle of water, and a bucket.
Oh, jeez.
When I was 7, I was caught stealing contraband from a captive. That got me 3 days up in the clear. I remember sitting up there, staring out over the city walls and imagining that the air beneath me was water, and that the cube was a ship that could take me somewhere. Anywhere, really. As long as it was far, far away.
God, just a kid. She was just a child. What did you steal?
It was a book. Pirate Girl and the Seven Seas. Just a stupid book for stupid children.
That's not acceptable punishment, especially for a child.
I am still trying to understand that.
Can you tell me about your keeper?
There's really very little I'd like to discuss about that man.
I can understand that. So, what do we need to do now?
There's a broadcasting tower to the far north of here. I know exactly where it is. There's a shack nearby with a lot of radio equipment. Once we're there, I should be able to find a way to decipher these broadcast coordinates. I'll put the coordinates on your pick-boy. Before we go, is there anything else you'd like to know?
Alright, let's head out.
Lead the way.
Wow. I'm just shocked over all of that. Poor kid. My God, what a way to live. But I keep wondering still, why did she send her sister back? You'd think she'd want to save her sister as well. Alrighty, let's pull our map up, find out where we're going. Whoa. Way up north. Way up north. Alright, we've already been here, so let's go here. And this way. Now, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, there's some nasty things in the road up here. Let's make sure. Hey, look, there's Minutemen. What are you guys doing up here? Are you watching out for landmines? Because they are up here, look.
Got the area covered.
You didn't set these landmines, did you? I'm the general, you know.
Nothing's getting by me, sir.
Hey, called me sir.
Hey there.
This site belongs to the Minutemen.
Yeah. Thanks for your service. Watch out for landmines. What the hell? Oh, it's a camp. Oh, geez. Look out, look out.
On my right. You okay?
You attacked that thing with a knife. Are you crazy? Oh, there's another one.
I keep wanting to take Nick's screwdriver from him and just fix his damn hand myself.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Lead the way.
She's getting more talkative.
Huh. You got all that?
I think maybe, oh, it was a traitor. Oh, no. We can't afford to lose traitors. She must be starting to trust me. What time of day is it? I wonder if I can use their bed. Make it daylight so I can see. I can. Oh, it's 9 o'clock at night. Let's do about a 12er here. There, that's better. I can turn my flashlight off now. Yeah, Kit, I just, I still can't understand why she wouldn't want to protect her sister and get her sister out of there instead of just sending her home. I mean, the poor kid was confused, for one thing. She had to give her directions back. I don't understand. Oh, there we are, up on the hill. Might not be safe. Alright, how do we get in?
No, they found him.
Oh no. What is this?
There's a note.
What does it say?
It's a message for me. See for yourself.
Home. Now.
They must have come here before they found me at the radio station.
Who's they? Well, we know who they is.
Me.
Do you know this man?
Yes. His name was Miller. He was part of my assignment to retrieve A.G.N.I.S. Not at first. When I found A.G.N.I.S in Symphony Station, she would power on but barely speak. It didn't take long before I realized that her mainframe wasn't actually located there. Her primary data signal that feeds into the station is wireless, and I realized I'd have to track down the source to get her back to full capacity. But the buildings downtown were causing too much interference, and I wasn't able to triangulate the signal source. Not precisely, anyway. So I moved outside of downtown, tried again, and picked up a signal with a similar footprint coming from here. From him. Miller. God, I'm so sorry. I should have known that if I tracked you down, Kat would have been able to as well.
So what'd you do when you found this place?
I surveilled the shack from a distance, learning Miller's schedule and habits.
Did you plan to kill him?
No. The signal I followed here made it seem like he wasn't just relaying Agnes's signal, but manipulating it somehow, changing it.
How's that
My
possible?
plan was to ambush and restrain him, and then find out everything he knew about Agnes. One night, I took a position closer to the shack than I had before. I overheard him talking to her. They were having a conversation. When I first got to Symphony Station and tried to figure out how Agnes worked, she never sounded like that. I heard her. She was asking him to help her. Like she asked us. Like she asked me. I thought I could learn more information if I could ask her questions too. So I hid my weapons outside and approached the shack, unarmed. I told Miller I'd gotten lost in the woods and was starving. He fed me, gave me water, and introduced me to his radio friend. I spent 2 days here, talking with him, and Agnes too, when she felt well enough. When we couldn't reach her, we would talk. About anything, really. He was the first Outlander I'd ever met that I either hadn't been sent to kill, or who wasn't trying to kill me on sight. He didn't think I was stupid for being interested in old machines and terminals, for tinkering with them and trying to learn how they worked.
What did he know about Agnes?
He'd been trying to set up a sort of ad hoc radio network out here to open up communication between settlements. After finishing the relay tower outside, he picked up a heavily encrypted data stream broadcasting on a similar radio frequency. It was strange. He said it felt like someone had put it there. On purpose. I still don't know what he meant by that. He was still trying to decrypt it when I found him. I honestly never thought about what it might have been. But with the information we got at the A.G.N.I.S store, I'm positive that encrypted stream is her source signal. And with the relay tower outside, we should be able to track down that source stream and find out where Agnes's mainframe is.
So then why did you leave originally?
On the third night, we were attacked by a raider unit. They kicked the door in and I reacted on instinct. I grabbed a screwdriver from Miller's workbench and killed them before any of them could fire a single shot. Miller was in shock, covered in blood. Theirs. He backed away towards the wall and kept asking me who I was. Who I really was. The way he looked at me. I knew then that, for his sake, I should just take what I'd learned about Agnes while I was here, go back to Symphony Station and finish the job. I never thought they would find him.
Well, what happened wasn't your fault. I mean, I could say it was her. He's dead because of her, but that's bullshit. She wasn't the one that killed him.
No matter how many times I've tried to tell myself that, it never... Thank you. The terminal on the desk over there should have what we're looking for. Hopefully this will just take a second. Damn it. Looks like they tried to delete everything. But I bet they didn't think of... I'm in. Copying data. And done. Alright, I think that's everything we'll need. Once we get the tower outside online, we can pick up Agnes's source signal, and that will lead us right to her mainframe. Oh, sure. What's a few more pieces of junk to haul around?
Yeah, right.
Kidding. Sorry.
All right, let's go check this out. Raining again.
Locked up tight. Let's take a look around.
What's locked up tight? Where's she at? What's locked up tight? Come on, girl. I got it open. It's not locked up. All right, I got it activated. Okay. Is it pointing to... Let's close this up. What's it pointing to? Okay. We got a place to go to. We haven't been there yet. Okay, so it's this way. This way. You got everything here you need? You okay? Come on, Kit. Oh, I think I've been here before. I know where we're at. That's that crazy house. That's that insane asylum over there. You ready to defend yourself? I took the time to sleep so it'd be daylight, and it's just rainy and dark anyway. But it's the wasteland. It's not supposed to be a bright and cheery place, is it? Wonder what that place over there is. Is that the that might be the sewer place over there. Looks like we got baddies on a bridge.
What the?
Whoa. Oh, I know where we're at. This is a settlement.
Are so dead.
Postal cottage.
Find any gumdrops?
You still haven't found any?
Just wandering. Multiple hostiles.
Jesus. Man, that thing was tough. It's a legendary. I wonder how they get that stuff. Let's see if we can make this into a settlement. Oh, we can. Sweet. All right, let's do that. Okay, so we need to do one of these and one of these. Hook up some electricity to it. There we go. And now just wait for people to come in. All right, hey, this is a good spot, I think, to spend the night. And in the next episode, we'll come in and head to where we need to head to. Hope you had fun. Hope to see you there. Ta-ta for now.